Hi, everyone, and happy Monday. Today, we're going to be talking about problem and solution. Our standard is RI 5.5, compare and contrast the overall structure. And we're going to be looking at problem and solution of events, ideas, concepts, or information in two or more texts. This lesson, we are focusing on problem and solution. Our learning target. I can compare and contrast the organization, example, problem and solution, of events, ideas, concepts, or information in two or more informational texts. So let's talk about text structures. Text structures tells us how the author organized the text. And for this week, we are going to focus on problem and solution for text structures. So text structure, problem and solution. It tells about a problem and then gives one or more solutions. So here's an example. If you spill milk, that's the problem. What would be a good solution to that problem? Well, you can go get something to clean it up. Some signal words while you're reading to identify problem and solution are, you can look at consequently, therefore, as a result, thereby, leads to, and because of. So problem and solution. This type of text structure poses a problem and offers one or more solutions that solve the problem. Organizing the text in this way helps the reader become aware of a problem relating to the topic and ways this problem can be solved. Sometimes the author wants readers to be aware of how they can make a difference or be part of the solution. This type of text can often be confused with cause and effect because usually when the author presents a problem in a text, they will explain the cause of the problem. This cause many times leads to the answer to the problem. To identify a problem and solution text, you need to ask yourself, what is the problem the author is presenting in this text? And what solution or solutions to the problem does the author offer that will resolve the problem? Both a problem and solution must be present for the text to be considered this type of structure. Here are some more signal words. One problem is, the dilemma is, a solution to this is, to solve this, an answer to this is, or one reason for the problem is. And we can look for those signal words when we're reading our story this week to identify the problem and solution. So here's an example that we're going to do. So the title says find a solution. I want you to look at the picture below and I want you to write a solution you could use to solve the problem shown in the picture. So in the chat box, if you want to send it to me privately, I would like you to type a solution to this problem that is shown in this picture. Okay, we're going to do a couple more practices. These ones, you can just kind of think in your head and come up with a solution to these problems. So it says, what's the problem? I want you to read each solution and write or come up with a possible problem that fits the solution. Number one, Stacy put a Band-Aid on her knee. What's the problem? Number two, Hank ate a snack. What's the problem? And number three, Caleb took a nap. What's the problem? Now we're just going to do the reverse. What's the solution? Read each problem and write a possible solution that fits the problem. Number one, it started raining right before I left for school. What's the solution? Number two, I dropped my cup of juice on the floor. What's the solution? And number 3, I broke my mom's cell phone. What's the solution? So here's a little anchor chart to help you again with problem and solution. Problem and solution. Problem is what goes wrong. It's a challenge or an obstacle. Solution is how the problem is fixed or solved. Here's another example. Sam hit his head and got a big bump. That's the problem. He got an ice pack and put it on his head. That's the solution to the problem. You need to always remember that the problem and solution must fit together. So now for your exit ticket today, I would like you in the chat box, type to me privately a problem you have faced recently and a solution you came up with to fix the problem. So once again, this is your exit ticket in the chat box, and you can send it to me privately. I want you to tell me a problem you have faced recently and give me a solution you came up with to fix the problem. And I hope this will help you with the reading today. There are going to be questions about problem and solution. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your teacher.